StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between KingSlayer and Nuffy on Abyssal Reef, the latter edition. In the top left side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is KingSlayer from the Syx clan. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Nuffy. So a PvZ GM level game for you guys here on the fishy map, as I always like to call it. Once again, let's find the fish that won't move until somebody comes near them. The shark's moving, though. You can see that shark shadow. Sometimes we can see the shark. Sometimes we can see it as it flies past the screen. Either way, such a visually interesting map. Just so much going on. The creator put a ton of work into this thing. I'd love to see more from this creator. All right, so PvZ here on Abyssal Reef at the GM level. What can you ask for more? The answer is you cannot. You cannot ask for more than that on an amazing map between two incredible players. Hatch first here out of Nuffy. No reason to fear against Protoss players anymore in Legacy of the Void. Gateway opening out of KingSlayer. It's kind of a weird thing you have to wall off here if you're Terran or Protoss. You got this front door, which is partially covered by rocks, which is nice, but then you have this little, like, next door that's wide open, and it's kind of a weird distance to go for the Zerg to get up there, but they'll do it. They'll send lings up there all day long, so you have to find creative ways to wall this off so your natural doesn't fall prey to like 100 lings at the 4-minute mark. Definitely something you want to avoid. Scouting here with the probe to see what is going on inside the base of Nuffy. The answer is an extractor and a spawning pool, and going to have lings out with speed fairly soon. Second hatch, about 60% complete there as well. KingSlayer going 1 gate expand. Not worried about walling off too soon. There's the cybernetics core, and I'll probably toss down, I want to say, maybe another pylon and say gateway over there to wrap things up. Second assimilator, right on time for KingSlayer. And the question is, what happens after the cybernetics core? That is always the question in this particular matchup. It really decides how this game is going to go. Unless Nuffy is really aggressive, and he tries to decide how this game will go. But usually Protoss makes some decisions in the tech, and then Zerg has to react to what those are. Speed on the way for Nuffy. We've got queens as well. And that double assimilator is fully saturated out of our Protoss player. Warp gate research on the way immediately. An Adept coming in, trying to hold this giant, wide open, gaping hole against any ling incursions. Again, the spawning pool is done. It's going to be a Twilight Council helping to wall this off, and a pylon. All right. Alrighty then. So we have our Adept holding the remainder of that wall, but the pylon and the Twilight Council finish it off. So either going to be Resonating Glaives for the Adepts, could be Blink for the Stalkers, could also be Zealot Legs for them charge lots, but not something we still see a whole lot in ZVP. Third base now coming up for Nuffy, recognizing my opponent has an expansion. This is not a one-base attack from him. I can afford to go for a third and not have to worry about dying really anytime soon here. Considering KingSlayer has an Adept, that is probably a fair assessment. Ling's up here trying to knock down this pylon. The Adept says, get out of my lawn. Get out of my lawn, young whippersnappers, and the Lings say, fine, we'll get out. Sloverlord trying to see exactly what is up on this wall. He doesn't know yet. He's going to try to get in there and see what's happening. Speed about to complete for Nuffy. He's just droning, man. He's at 30 to 29 harvesters versus KingSlayer. He's getting queens. He's getting 5 drones at a time right now. Trying to spread his creep, connecting the 2 bases, his natural base and his third base. No sign of trying to connect the main to the natural, but really... Oh, no, he is. He does have a creep tumor right there. Never mind. He is connecting the main to the natural very, very nicely. And next step is going to be connecting this third to the second base. Ling's just making sure nobody comes out to cause problems for the Zerg. Trying to see what is up as far as map control goes. Overlord comes in to see if there's any tech in the main he should know about. The answer is no. There's literally nothing there in the main base. Double gateways coming in and it's Resonating Glaives. All right, it's going to be a mass Adept opening here out of KingSlayer, which could be pretty good, which could be pretty fantastic for him. I know I've died to that more than once in my lifetime. Evolution Chambers on the way from Nuffy, partially kind of trying to block Adepts from getting inside here, but really hard to do that entirely as it turns out. So spreading a ton of creep, which looks weird on this map. It's all patchy and like diseased, right? It doesn't fully cover the ground. I guess maybe because it's on the ocean floor and and the situation's a little bit different, but whatever. All right, so we have, what do we got here as KingSlayer? I mean, it's 6 Adepts right now. He's got only 3 gateways. And taking a third base. Okay, so it's not a 2-base Adept all in attack. These Adepts are likely just going to be for defense right now. He's going to keep making them, mind you, but if he was going to be aggressive with it, I imagine he would have a Warp Prism of some kind to move them across the map very quickly. Walking across the map as Adepts is just not as great a feeling as you would expect. Nuffy moving across with his Lings, and he's got some Banelings trailing behind as well. +1 attack is on the way, not quite there yet. Lings checking to find if there are any secret hidden Adepts in any compartments around here. And so far they haven't found anything. 2 Adepts did move out on their own. It's a little late for 2 Adepts to come out on their own. Oh, but a big group of Adepts coming down this south side. The Lynx, and they get that surround. There it is. Oh, Adepts run. Sonic transfer. Banelings helping to kill 3 of them immediately. Every single Adept in this group is going to die, and they do so quickly. Oh, no, these 2 Adepts. Oh, they Sonic transferred at the wrong time, right where the Lynx were. They were trying to go home. They were just trying to go home. And they're toast. That's 9 dead Adepts for 9 dead Zerglings. That is absolutely a fair trade. Look at the difference in that resources lost tab. Over 1,000 lost for KingSlayer and only like 400 for the Zerg. Zerg come up to this third base, try to shut it down, but there are somehow 6 sentries and a photon overcharge pylon there, making sure that nothing really happens. So the Lings are forced to retreat. A double robo facility follow-up here for KingSlayer, and a 4th base on the way from Nuffy. Got to feel pretty good about wiping out an entire army of your enemies like that. That has just got to be like top 5 experiences for Zerg. Double evolution chamber here now. That +1 melee attack is about to complete. That is such a long upgrade. 114 seconds is a really long time. Really long time. Ling's trying to get at this front door to the natural base. Might as well get some shots off as long as nobody's going to photon overcharge us. There's the photon overcharge. And that is the sign that it's closing time and it is time to go home. Double Immortal on the way from KingSlayer. I just don't know why you'd go Immortal when you saw how many Lings there were. I guess Sentry Immortal. Pretty good. That's kind of what we've got here, right? Sentry's first Immortal production beginning now. Not something that's really been popular since Heart of the Swarm, but Immortal Sentry could be... I don't know. I don't see what's really changed except for Ravagers, which Nuffy doesn't seem to have any of, though he is making Roaches. And he could easily transition those into Ravagers if he wanted, though he is a little gas star sitting at around 90 or so gas at the moment. Trying to knock down every single set of rocks on his side of the map. With the +1 Lings, I guess he'll get there. He'll get there eventually. It's a little faster than trying to do it with +0 Lings, which is just, you come back like 4 minutes later and they're not even halfway done yet. Not even halfway done yet. Alright, bit of a break here. I did finish Gravity Falls. Hey, I finished Gravity Falls last night. Got through all 2 seasons, about 20 episodes each. Just good TV. It's just really good TV. I don't really want to spoil anything, but I just want to say that even though it is a cartoon, even though I think it originally aired on like Disney XD or something, it is definitely, I would not say it's intended for children. There is some pretty adult themes, some pretty like freaky stuff that goes on, especially towards the last half of the 2nd season. So, I don't know. Give it a try. Give it a try if you're looking for a new show to watch. Ravagers, Roaches, Lings, knocking down another set of rocks here to maybe threaten this attempt at a 4th base by KingSlayer. That Nexus is very, very new. If these Lings get in there now, it could cause some serious problems, although the army is here. A lot of force fields available too, as there are 8 sentries in this army, and most of them are pretty close to at least 150 energy or so. Nuffy going for it. He getting right on in here, taking down a pylon, forcing a cancel. Oh, forced the cancel on the 4th base. Oh no, a lot of dead probes here as well. There are the force fields. Corrosive Biles being tossed on down on top of those sentries. The sentry count went from 8 to 2 very quickly there. The Lings right on top of it, but did keep the Roaches and the Ravagers away. Ravagers rather, using Corrosive Bile not on the force fields, but instead trying to get rid of those sentries, and it worked out. And it worked out in the end. Holy macro, Batman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th base coming up for Nuffy right now at 8 minutes and 35 seconds. Spreading creep like a madman. APM for this dude is 338, 270 for KingSlayer. So it's not, I mean, nothing to sneeze at for the Protoss, but man, Zerg player killing it right now. He's got Ravagers, Roaches, Banelings, Lings, +1/+1 on the melee units on the ground, and +1/+1 as well for his Ravagers. And his Roaches coming up, 4th base, not long for the world. I'm just not sure how KingSlayer is going to save this thing. There are so many Zerglings right on top of everything, taking down the Stalkers very quickly. Actually trying to pull back a little bit here. Force fields keeping everybody away. Overseers mixed in as well. They do get both of these pylons. No, Corrosive Biles taking down more force fields, but it's kind of a bit of a dance here. The Lings don't, or the Banelings don't have speed yet. So that might be part of the problem here for Nuffy. And actually, KingSlayer saves his 4th base. Whoa, I thought for sure that attack would end in the destruction of his 4th Nexus, but instead, it did not. Broodlords on the way for Nuffy. I mean, Greater Spire, not Broodlords yet, but still. You know what I mean. Adepts warping on the very edge of the creep on the north side here for KingSlayer. He's trying to slow down this Zerg tidal wave right now. Lings. Ling group, +1/+1 Lings, going to try to shut down this 3rd base. And you know what? They're getting right inside that mineral line. They're going after the probes. Photon overcharge coming up, but a lot of probes are dying. Nonetheless, Lings are getting killed, but they're taking a bunch of workers with them, and Colossus mixed in now. for KingSlayer. So that's pretty good. 16 probes have been killed so far in this game. Adept's going to town at this third base for Nuffy and trying to do stuff at the fourth base, but there's more army there as it turns out. A lot of dead drones at this third. 8 dead drones killed. And actually, it's 74 to 67 harvesters. KingSlayer's up in worker count right now, and I'm not entirely sure how that happened. Chrono Boost, I guess, is your short answer, but either way, Nuffy's got 6 bases compared to 4. KingSlayer's fourth is up and running. Creep spread continuing to push across the map here. He's kind of forgotten it temporarily. It looks like he set these down a while ago, but I guess he has a lot more on his mind. The Broodlord's going to be a good answer to this ground-heavy composition. Not many Stalkers in this army. Okay, there are still 12. There are 12 Stalkers, but I mean, it's not, you know, a whole page or two. +1/+1 done for these ground units. Everybody is sharing the same upgrades. +1 armor and +1 attack. Trying to come down and clear out the creep tumors, which again, haven't been paid attention to for a while, but whatever. Slowing it down is what you want to do as the Protoss player. We got Ravagers, we got Roaches, Corrosive Biles tossed on down. Now here's the problem. This army composition that KingSlayer has is very good against Roach Ravager with the Immortal count and the Colossus. Nothing needs something T3, and he does have Broodlords coming in. The first 2 Broodlords coming in right now. Baneling's not that great. Still trying to move in and get some explosions down on something. The Broodlords are here, tossing down Broodlings on everything. The Corrosive Bile hits are big right now. Immortals going down, getting destroyed. Stalkers as well. Is there enough? There are enough Colossus to continue to tear through this ground army. 11, 12, 12, 13 kills on these Colossus Archons at the front, just refusing to die as well. The Broodlords are getting directly attacked by the Archons. Oh no, Nuffy. How is he losing this battle? He's got 38 Lings in production. That might be enough to do this. Lings, as we can see, continue to move in. Both the Archons are dead right now. And the final Broodlord is dead at the same time, but one more Broodlord is joining the party. All the Stalkers are out. There's basically 4 Colossus here, period, for KingSlayer. He is trying to warp in some Stalkers, some Corruptors joining the party as well. These guys, 21, 28 kills, 22 kills on these dudes. They both have 28 kills. 2 of them have 28 kills, but they retreat. Nuffy manages to survive by the skin of his teeth, leaves a warp prison behind as KingSlayer gets Corrosive Biled, and that's a bit of a wake-up call for him to move at least temporarily out of the way. Oh, all right. +2 armor, +2 ground carapace is done for Nuffy. Now starting to produce more and more of these Templar to create more Archons is KingSlayer. No sign of Storm, just basically going Archon right now. So that attack by KingSlayer went well. He killed a lot of stuff, but he didn't kill any bases. He didn't kill any bases. It's still 6 bases to 4 bases, which is a definite benefit for the Zerg. More Broodlords on the way right now. And KingSlayer says, if there are Broodlords, I'm going to make more Colossus. How does that sound to you guys? And I really don't know. Archons maybe going to be good against these Broodlords. A 5th base coming in for Mr. KingSlayer. Lings, Roaches, Ravager. Again, Ravager, a very heavy component of what Nuffy is trying to do here. Banelings too, and I'm just not sure how much damage they've really done. Wish I could track how much damage each unit has done on purpose, because for Banelings, I mean, they could be destroyed and nothing really bad happened to the opponent. It is Storm now, being researched by KingSlayer. Interestingly enough, resources lost about 13,000 lost for the Protoss and about 14,000 for the Zerg. But here comes an attack at the third base once again. So many Colossus just tearing apart all of the Lings, tearing apart all the Broodlords, allowing the Stalkers to blink forward and take down these Broodlords, because all the Broodlings, as soon as they come out, are getting destroyed fairly handily. Yes, they're still taking out Stalkers one by one here, but there are only 2 Broodlords remaining. Then they're able to blink back and forth. Archon here with 18 kills, and he's down. His shields are out, but he's still alive and chasing away. 140 to 133 total supply. Nuffy has a handful of Ravagers, and by that I mean 3. Corrosive Bile is actually taking down a Stalker there, its body flying up right towards us, squishing us right in the face. That's what sound it would make if it hit us, by the way. Nuffy is not giving up. He's continuing to make +2 attack, getting Ground Carapace level 3, getting Flyer Carapace level 2, making Corruptors, still making Banelings, and still making Roaches while sitting on his 6 bases. Okay, to be fair, the 6 base doesn't even have a Queen or any workers, but the nice thing is that Nuffy can move some of his 84 drones away from bases that are getting oversaturated to that 6 base, no problem. Ling attack here at the 4th base with so many Colossus just mean get out Zerglings. Yes, you have 2 ground or level 2 ground carapace, but it's just not enough. Not enough against these Colossus. Creep spread has been replanted to some extent here by Nuffy. Still hasn't been incredible. Still not very incredible. Trying to I think Nuffy just tried to morph a Broodlord right over the 4th base, like a single Broodlord, which is weird. Lings rolling into the main, trying to see what they can kill. There are 3 probes you could probably pick off here pretty quickly, but no, Adepts coming in to take that one down. Oh, he can get rid of this pylon. That is an Artosis pylon. He's going to get rid of all the power for all these gateways and 2 forges, but the Adepts save it. It doesn't actually happen. That would have been, wow, 5 gateways and 2 pylons would have been depowered by this one. Actually, no. This pylon is probably powering at least 1, maybe 2 of these gateways, so no, it's not a complete Artosis pylon, but still would have been nice. Would have been nice work if you could have gotten it. Additional Broodlords in production here for Nuffy. KingSlayer making cannons with his money, making +3 ground weapons, getting a replacement Warp Prism. Actually, does he already have one? He already has one, so it's just a duplicate Warp Prism. This one is up here in the north. I'm not sure what its intent is, but either way, in the main army, it is Stalker, Colossus, Adept, with some Templar and Storm available from KingSlayer. Oh, I like this composition very much. Going after the 6th base, which is now saturated by Nuffy, clearing out these creep tumors, and here we go. Storms, there it is. Big blanket of storms all over those roaches on the Ravagers. Banelings are hitting, but I'm not sure how much KingSlayer actually cares. So many dead roaches here, continuing to crush through are these Colossus. That one has 45 kills, 53 kills on that other one. Blinking forward are the Stalkers. Broodlords trying to save the day. Lings trying to kill the Stalkers, so the Broodlords can survive, but it's not going to be enough. I really don't think. Storm on top of the Lings at the same time, and yes, everything gone there for Nuffy. 6th base under direct assault. Stalkers blinking forward. Yes, KingSlayer has lost a lot as well, but he's in a position where he's sitting right at the front door of his opponent, taking down that 6th base. Drones trying to run to the left side, getting caught on fire by those Colossus. A group of Zealots warping in here now, trying to see what they can do, and actually getting spotted a bit by Lings and Mutas. However, that just means that the 4th base of Nuffy is under direct assault as well, and he does end up losing that one. Zealots with +2 attack and +2 armor, no joke. Look at them absolutely eat those Zerglings alive. Wow, without the Muta support, I feel like that would have been it. But look, the rest of the armor for KingSlayer is here at the natural base of Nuffy. Somehow it's 161 to 115 total supply. The lair could definitely, is he have an extra lair? He has an extra lair. Mutalisks coming in. Are there enough Mutas to take down these Stalkers with +3 attack? I don't know. They're trying. They've got +2 armor, so they're harder to kill. Lings coming in all over the place. The Colossus, and that is it. Out, says KingSlayer. Good game, well played. Out of Nuffy, a little BM immediately followed up by Good Manner. Out of Nuffy there. That was amazing. Colossus 81 kills. Colossus 65 kills. Colossus 35 kills. Stalkers holding on to their own. Were there any Mutalisks in the sky there? Did all of them? No, there was one. I think there was one here. I can't even see him, though, on all the shininess. Anyway, he had 9 hit points, so he was dead anyway. Whew, pretty good ZVP there. And Colossus, much more effective than we've seen them be in a long time, especially at this GM level. The Archon, super involved as well, getting 8 kills. 437 Lings lost their lives. 16 Broodlords died. That's a lot of dead Broodlords. A lot of dead Broodlords. KingSlayer managed to trade handfuls of things everywhere else. I guess they did lose 40 Adepts and 62 Stalkers in the end, which is a lot, but I mean, killing 400 Zerglings, 14 Mutalisks, 16 Broodlords, 12 Roaches, 27 Ravagers. I mean, that's just good. That's really good. Resources lost here, we're going to say 27? Nope, 28. 28. Nope, 27. 27,000 lost for the Protons player. And about 37 lost for the Zerg. Lots and lots of loss. Both players losing around 25 to 30 Harvesters. But in the end, it was 83 workers for KingSlayer. Just incredible macro. Good micro. And good decision-making overall. So that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.